guys, it's Lane and Blake from TBAS-Surveyor.org, and in this video I'm going to teach you about geography. So we're going to do a whole set of videos about geography, and geography is really important. It's important for land surveyors. You thought I only was going to teach you about math, but that's not true. I'm going to teach you about stuff besides math, and geography is one of those things. So I'm excited about it. I like geography. Geography is a cool topic. I struggle with how people teach geography. You know, you buy a lot of geography books and it tend to be about specific places, and I understand why that is, but I think it's also important for people to kind of understand the underlying concepts of geography, and geography textbooks don't always do a good job of that. Geography teachers don't always do a good job of that. I did have some good geography teachers in school, but yeah, geography is kind of a tough subject, but it's really important for land surveyors, and it's really important for real estate professionals, of which I consider myself to be both of those things, and so we need to learn about it. So I'm going to teach you about geography. We need a break from math sometimes. Math can be hard, makes your heads hurt. Geography isn't quite as brutal, and I find it really interesting. And the cool thing about geography is, as I teach you these principles about geography and show you how they apply to my city and my part of California where I live, you're going to be able to look around at your own city and the part of the country where you live, and you're going to be able to see similar patterns, and you're going to be able to see those principles, which I think is really cool. And we may be able to even give you guys some exercises that you can do in your own town or city or county. And so, anyways, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. So this is our first video. We're going to talk about what is geography, okay? And I'm going to give you a simple answer because teachers tend to make things too complicated. Geography is the study of places. That's it. That's all it is. It's just the study of the places on the earth. Now, what do we mean by place? Well, a place could be a neighborhood. It could be a city or a town. It could be a state. It could be a country. It could be a region like the California Central Valley. It could be a river like the San Joaquin River. Geography, when we talk about places in geography, places could be all kinds of different things, okay? But generally when we say a place, we mean some feature on the earth or some region on the earth that has some common characteristics, right? And we're going to talk about, in these videos, we're going to talk about the way we define places and how we can group areas into different places using different techniques. We're going to talk about that. But don't worry about that for now. Keep it simple. Geography is the study of places. Some people would say, well, that's the study of how humans interact with places. That's true too. But I consider, the humans are part of the place. So that's it. Geography is the study of places. So I'm going to break that down for you a little more because I want to give you some more details. Don't feel like you have to remember this. We're going to talk more about it. We're going to do a video on each one of these things, but I'm going to break this kind of simple definition down. I'm going to give you 6 other things that geography is. Okay, so in geography we study the common traits or characteristics of places. So, there's different ways we can categorize the characteristics of places. So we do the same thing with people. So let me use that as an example. So for example, you might, if you're going to describe the physical appearance of a person, you might talk about their height, their eye color, their hair color, their build. Are they bulky? Are they thin? Do they have brown eyes or blue eyes or hazel eyes? You might talk about their skin color, their ethnicity. So we use common traits to describe the physical appearance of people. So we use common traits to describe places too, and we're going to talk about what those are. We're going to do another video that talks about the themes, kind of the themes of geography, and I've got, 6 or 7 of those. Okay, so geography is also the study of the way different places are the same, so characteristics they have in common. So for example, most cities in the Central Valley of California have hot, dry climates in the summer. So that's something that, the way that those, that's the way Stockton is the same as Fresno or Bakersfield. We talk about the way places are different. So for example, my town, Stockton, has a deep water port. Fresno does not. So they're different in that way. Geography is also the study of the way we can organize places into groups. So we can take places, we can group places together in different ways. And so it could be, you could talk about all the cities or towns in San Joaquin County. That's one way, where they were grouping by an administrative boundary. You could talk about all the towns or cities in the San Joaquin Valley. Okay, so they were grouping things by a geographic region. Okay, you could talk about all the cities with a Mediterranean climate. So that's going to include some cities in Central California. It's also going to include some cities in other parts of the world. So that's a way to group it by common character trait. You could talk about all the rivers in the world that flow from the south to the north. So the San Joaquin River and the Nile River are two examples of that. Okay, so there's different ways to group places. We'll talk about them. I'll teach you about them. You can talk about patterns among places. So when we study geography, sometimes we find common patterns. So for example, tallest buildings are usually in the middle of the city. Why is that? There's a reason. We can see those patterns in more than one place. And then we talk about finally the way places interact with one another. So places have different influences on each other. If you're next to a big city, that's going to influence you. If you're next to a mountain range, that's going to potentially change your climate. So we're talking about some more about that. We're going to talk about how places influence one another. That's one of the things that you study when you talk about geography. Okay, so I also wanted in this video to talk about why is geography important. And I'm going to give you 2 reasons why geography is important if you want to be a surveyor when you grow up. Okay, one reason is geography really has a big effect, a significant effect, a big effect on how healthy we are and how wealthy we are. So depending on where you live, that's going to have a big impact on your health and your wealth, right? And we want people to be healthy. We don't want them to be poor. We want them to be wealthy. You know, depending on what neighborhood you grow up in Stockton, that's going to have a huge influence on your health and your wealth, as an example. Depending on what part of the United States you grow up in, that's going to have an impact on your health and your wealth. So geography is really important. Knowing about geography can make you or lose you a lot of money. So that's the second reason is geography is really important in real estate. So all aspects of geography are important in real estate. Climate, demographics, terrain, topography, economics, government, history, all those things play a key role. You have to understand geography if you're going to be successful in real estate. As I've started to help people more with real estate investment and land development, not just surveying, I've come to learn how important geography is. And so if you want to be a land surveyor, you want to have anything to do with real estate, you need to understand geography. If you just want to understand some basics about how the world works, you need to understand geography. That's why it's important. So we're going to talk lots more about geography. We're going to do some more videos. We're going to do some exercises. I hope you guys enjoy it. Now you know what geography is. To review, it is simply the study of places. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.